Check out the flyover of this island. I think it really came out amazing. Hi everybody, it's Katie. Welcome to the final island tour of the ancient jungle island, a Mesoamerican expedition. KK's even here today to help us celebrate the final tour. Behind KK, you can see the flag for the island. This is one of my favorite patterns that I put together for this season. And if you take a look at the map, you'll see there is lots of really cool water everywhere. My main character is Professor Isel, and she is a masterful, educated leader of the island who helps to teach all about archaeology and anthropology. Also on the island with me are several research associates. We have Honey, Joanna, Dragon, and Kat, all of whom were real live stream watchers over on Twitch who came over to join the island. They picked out where they were going to live, what they were going to wear, and what they were going to say. When you visit the dream address, be sure to chat with everybody that you see. This island is full of life and research. The villagers for the island are Drift, Phoebe, Shari, Flip, Bangle, Alfonso, Roswell, Clay, Jitters, and Annabelle. It was really fun having different villagers on the island than I've had before. The name of the island itself is Chan Pakal, which means shield sun or sun shield in Mayan, which I thought would be really cool and very appropriate for our theme. The airport for the island is so close to resident services, and that was a decision that I wanted to make on purpose because I really wanted this whole entry area to be a welcoming center for people who were coming to visit the island. You see, Chan Pakal is a tourist destination. In fact, I think it's the Animal Crossing New Horizon community's favorite ancient wonder to visit when they have a little bit of free time. There are 2 different outfits that you can choose from if you want to use the dream address to come and visit the island. And over here, you'll see the visitor center. Here is a little map of the island so you know where you're at. Down here on the beach are some yummy treats for all the visitors to come and enjoy a little bit of a casual lunch, just some easy food, fun drinks. You can even visit the food truck. If you go into the visitor center itself, there's lots of information and tons of things to see. The main room itself is where you would enter and find information about the island and about the visitor center itself. There are tour times, so you can get a ticket to come and join, and just a little hint of everything to come. I really like the way that this room came out with the Paradise Planning wall and floor in place. It has really good tropical colors, but still looks like a fun community area. To the left of the entry room is a little bakery and cafe. I wanted this to be a bright and cheerful place that matched the jungle vibes of the island, but looked like it would be a really fun place to come and get a treat. And I want to visit. If we go off to the right, we will get into the gift shop. The gift shop is my favorite room in the entire place. I love the way it came together with so many cool textures and colors. It looks to me exactly like I would expect a gift center to look, right? Doesn't it just feel like you were going to come and visit a gift shop on a tropical island? There's even a special sale on the jungle pottery. It's just so fun. I'm really happy with the way that it came out. The visitor center has 3 really cool rooms that will help give you a museum feel for the visitor center. The first room back here has the extra special treasures. It has 4 of the really cool statues. I love the way that these look so unique and ancient. Even though the artifacts come from different cultures, technically in the game, we are adopting all of them. All of the ancient items in the game are up for grabs as we view and learn and love all of the cool things to see in the ancient world. If we go upstairs, we will find a little bit more of the cultural collection. This room here has all of the beautiful artifacts they have pulled out of the different ruins here on the island, and lots of different pottery, which I think looks very much like you would see in an actual museum. I love the vibe of this room, and I'm really happy with the way that it came out. It just looks like it would be a fun place to come and learn more about the ancient people on this island. We'll run downstairs real quick. The last room in the visitor center is the ancient natural history area of the museum, and I thought this was so fun. We were able to use a lot of the fossils from the game to create a beautiful display. Natural history museums usually have really beautiful artifacts. I decided that this really cool dragonfly was a really good fit for the jungle island. It just looked like some kind of an ancient bug that they had put on display. I particularly love these little cases. You can see the information behind them, so you can learn all about the things. And then there's a little bathroom down here because they would need some extra bathrooms in the museum with so many people visiting. If we want to take a tour of all the things of the island, the very first thing we get to is the tourist area. Look, there are all of these really cute little shops. And if you visit the dream address, there are a few extra things just tucked in so that you can pick up some special prizes and do a little shopping yourself. The gyroid booth is probably my favorite. I think they would definitely have recreated these wonderful little statues from the people who used to live here, and I think they have so much life and movement to them. Then, of course, some really classic little gift shop areas with little hula dolls, chips in a bottle, magazines, different things you might get, especially if you wanted to enjoy a day on the beach. Hey Flip, hey Bangle, look at you guys down here enjoying the beach. This is just probably my favorite beach area I've ever put together because I love this entrance. I love all these items just layered on top of each other to come straight down onto the beach area. Aww, I'm gonna sunbathe with Bangle. We're so cute. Okay, on with the tour. So I wanted to keep the beach looking more like a beach with less stuff on top of the sand and lots of really cute little beds and places for people to come and hang out. But behind this area is a little bit more of a community area. Not everybody on the island is a tourist, of course. So the people who live here, this is the fishing area and where they would come and get fresh fish if they weren't fisher people from the market over here. And I think this is just so fun. If we leave the beach, you can see there's a little bit of a community area just up here on this plateau. I love the way that it comes out. I just think it would be so much fun to sit out here and look at the beautiful jungle that they are living in the middle of. In particular, the swing. Wouldn't this be the coolest place to watch the tourists and look at the jungle? If we leave this area and wind up just a little bit, we will find more of the shops. Of course, we have the nooks here. I'm just going to pop up and show you Flip's house up here. He has a little bit of his own cliff area and it just winds around so you can sort of see behind the city and the water, and it just is really beautiful up here. And then this one is the music booth with some really fun little treasures that you can pick up. I think this one is so fun, really appropriate for the island. Up a little bit from that, we have all of the zodiac figures, and I love the way that they look like they could be really beautiful, just presents that you could bring home from the island. Doesn't it just seem like you would buy one of those to remember your trip to the ancient world? Of course, we have the Able sisters, and they are part of the tourism. You see they've got their jungle pattern specifically so that you can buy some really cool things out on display there. Just outside of the shopping area is one of the first areas to visit. This is the information stone. In the lore of this island, we believe that the ancient people landed right here and that their very first place that they settled was right by this stone. We don't know where the ancient people came from, but they really left a lot of cool things for us to discover. And I think it's time for us to go discover some of the ruins that they left behind. If we go up right through this arch, we start the tour. I really love the view from this area. It feels so colorful and bright. You have the beautiful incline. You can see the jungle going all the way up. And of course, the little bridge here. It's just such a lovely place to see the different jungle elements I put together. If we go off to the right, we get to the campsite with all of the people working on the island. We'll do that in a little bit, but we are going to continue on the tour straight up to this is the excavation site. At the excavation site, you can see they have been busy digging and working. They're photographing all the different things that they're digging up, and you can even see a statue and a pot in the back that they are still uncovering from the ground. There's a handy little information sign if you want to learn more about the work they're doing, and of course the map so we know where we're at. This next ruin site is my favorite spot on the entire island. This is the rock garden that has been put together as a beautiful ancient ruin site. Isn't it amazing? I love the way the pattern, the rocks and the pillars all come together to look like it's a really, really old building that has crumbled down. And I just love the way the weeds and everything pop through. It's just perfect. I love it. As we walk down from the stone garden, the rock garden, we get to our next one. Look at these big, beautiful Olmec statues that you can see from this part of the tour. And I love the way that one is buried in the ground a little bit, since they did unbury these statues originally. And you can kind of see a little information about them and view these beautiful wonders. There's a little place to rest and check a map, of course, because we can get a little bit tired as tourists. But this part has a beautiful view of the waterfall and some of the jungle in the area. Isn't this a fun spot? It is one of my favorite places to come and just look at the jungle. I love the butterflies flying there for us and the flowers. The layering here with the waterfall just came out perfect. I love this view. If we go down the path a little bit further, we can see some of the flamingos in the wild. There's just a lot of really beautiful greenery. Oh, and then there's an ancient pot here. I imagine that this is probably a replicated statue that the people have put here with some information to learn more about something, and you can sort of see it and touch it, but it's not real. It's a recreation. If we avoid the spiders and go down the path a little more, we will open up into one of the biggest beautiful wonders I have ever put together, and that is our pyramid temple. You can actually go up the temple itself, which is super fun to get all the way to the top and just see how big and beautiful this place really is. It was a lot of work to put together, and I love the way it came out. It really feels unique and grand. As we're right here on top of the temple, it's kind of fun. It's easy to see and enjoy, and I love tilting up and seeing the view from this angle. But the best view is from the platform just in front. Let's run around and take a look. If we go this way up the path, we are able to get to the viewing platform for the temple. Of course, this would be the biggest and most important thing on the whole island that people would really come to see. There's telescopes so you can get a better look, and you can see so much of the jungle just surrounding it. I just love the way that the pyramid came together. It looks beautiful with the gondola on top. And the statues. I love it. I love it so much. After enjoying the beautiful temple, we're going to climb down and we are going to delve a little bit deeper into the jungle. This time we're going to take a little bit of an elevated path with some little bridges here, and we are going to see the thick, rich, deep, just totally full jungle. I love the way this area came out. You can see all the trees layered back in there and the vines and stuff on top of each other and different heights and different colors, and it just looks so full. The full deep jungle was really hard to do, but totally worth it because it really is the feel that I was trying to go for on the island. If we continue down a little bit of the land bridge here, we will see a little bit more jungle off to the left and right. You can see a lot of life and landscape, butterflies and flamingos around us. And we get to the volcano. Phoebe's house over here is themed as a volcano, and that is why the volcano is so nearby, because she is our volcanologist. Down from Phoebe's house is another one of the wonders to visit and view and enjoy on this island. These are the beautiful heads that you can see on the beach. Don't those look so cool tucked behind the trees? There is one more, little bench to sit on and a map over here. And if you don't get bit by the scorpions, there's one more to enjoy over here on the beach. And I love the way that you can sneak through and get down on this path over to the dock. Maybe this is a special tour boat you can take to other islands, or if you pay him, maybe he'll take you back to the entrance since this is towards the end of the path. If we go all the way over just to sort of sneak behind, oh, hi, Phoebe. If we sneak behind, you can see a little bit more of the landscape, the wildlife. I love the way the flamingos look in the water with the wheatgrass in here. It looks so fun. Just sort of a jungly, swampy, wet. You can definitely tell it's a wet biome. Once we've seen all of the beautiful things here on the tour, there's a little path here, beautiful canopy of trees, and we get all the way over to the end of the path where we can see more of the landscape and the flamingos. I love being able to see so far into the distance and really get the feel of the jungle in areas like this with so much water. Just across the bridge here, we get back to resident services and our tour of this part of the island is complete. But we're not done yet. Professor Azell runs the research area campground over here, and there are several people who help us out, in addition to Blathers, of course, who is curating and running, and we have visitors who come and help out, from time to time. But there are others who help us, and all of their areas are complete. So down here we have our very first tent. This is Kat's tent. Kat is our chef. She has a really good knack of creating wonderful food in the jungle, and she is studying some of the biology, the ancient moss that has special powers. I'm not sure if it's the best ingredient yet, but she's researching it nonetheless. Over from Kat's house here, you can see where she's cooking the food and everything. We have a little bit of a campfire for everyone to sit and enjoy, and we can come into our next tent. This is Joanna's tent. Joanna is really good at getting into places first. She digs a lot of the holes and really finds things before everybody else. She loves collecting really cool, unique items, and because she gets into places first, she is able to curate the most amazing memories and collections because she sees things before anybody else. Behind this area here with our campfire is Dragon's tent. Dragon is an artist and records the finds that we get here on the island. So she'll sit at the desk, she'll do a little bit of research, and she will sketch out and create the most beautiful illustrations of the creatures and the fossils that we find on the island. We're gonna sneak through the area here, past the toilet paper, and we are gonna find our Honey's tent. Honey is the campsite manager up here, and she orders all of the supplies and keeps track of all the goods and things that come in. Honey is also the photographer for the group and takes pictures of all the beautiful things that we find. If I pop back behind the resources here, you can see that there is a little bit of a gyroid beach, which is a beautiful place for people to come and visit. And then, of course, down from that here, we have our last villager house. You see, Shari studies the ocean, so she definitely wanted to live by the beach so that she could both see the ocean and study more of the wonderful creatures that come from the ocean. I really love the way that our little Research Explorer campsite came together, and I want to send a special shout out to all 4 of my friends who came over on stream to join us on the island. Thank you, Honey, Dragon, Joanna, and Kat for participating in the Jungle Island. Here are some of my favorite moments and memories from my time on the ancient Jungle Island. I hope you found something useful here and continue creating in this game. Until next time, have the best Animal Crossing day.